After a couple of hiccups along the way, I really wasn't sure I was going to be able to get this. This is the Soundwave Spy Patrol 3rd unit. Not the 2nd unit, not the 4th, the 3rd unit. That is the one that has Wingthing, Frenzy or Rumble, depending on which coloration you prefer. And of course the 2 lads that really belong with Doubledealer rather than Soundwave. So this is kind of a 4-for-1 review in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, light them up, baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up on the channel. Helps me out a ton. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, the Autobot family, Transformers vs. G.I. Joe vs. DC Universe vs. Marvel. All of that is down in the description below, as are all the links to me across social media. If you want to help the channel, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or better yet, just, hit the join button and become a channel member right here on YouTube. And this, I said, had some hiccups along the way, and indeed it did. You see, here's the story, and I've talked about this on the live show, but I'll mention it here for those that have not yet heard it. I pre-ordered this the end of February 2020, the very beginning of March 2020. And I ordered it through EB Games Canada, and then the world went sideways, as we know. And I waited and I waited and I was patient and May came. It was supposed to come out May 14th. That didn't happen because the stores here weren't even open. June, July, August came, and I was like, man, I think that this is taking a long time. And finally one day I get the call and they say your pre-order's been canceled. Anything after February 27th was not going to get filled because not enough was ordered or not enough was produced. It was by August, it's been pretty much sold out everywhere. I managed to find one. Paid slightly more than I would have liked, about $5 more than I would have liked. But you know what? I can swallow it because now I do have them, and I did want them. Certainly at least 3 out of 4. Now, this will be pretty quick because we've already seen the transformations. I'll fly through it real fast. And we'll see what's the same and what's different and kind of how some things interact with some things. So without any further ado, let's head over to the table and see how good this set really is. So I guess we'll begin with the box. It's just your typical Selects box, nothing that special about it. But they also come with these instructions. Fun fact, one of these things is most definitely not like the other. Knok is labeled as Decepticon Knok. What's really funny about that is he's actually an Autobot. In fact, he's unaware that Skar even exists. In the package, the 4 lads kind of look like this. I had them out, so I might have them put back in the wrong locations, but long story short, you have Frenzy or Rumble, depending on your sensibilities, Wingthing, then you have Skar, and then you have Knok down here. You know what? They look pretty good next to. And oh yes indeed, they do definitely look nice next to the rest of the cassettes, and a couple of customs in here as a matter of fact. Down on the far end we have Buzzsaw, then we have Laserbeak, then we have my custom enemy. By the way, the Buzzsaw is a custom. Then we have my custom enemy. Next to enemy we have Knok, then we have Skar, then we have Wingthing, then we have Frenzy or Rumble, Ratbat, Frenzy or Rumble again, whichever way you want to see the blue and red guy. Then we have Ravage, and then we have Hell Buzzsaw. So now here are some moments of truth. We're going to see if these 4 lads can actually fit in Soundwave, because I've heard different things from different people. The first one that's currently in him now is Knok, and Knok fit in him just fine. In fact, we can open it up, and honestly, Knok is pretty much perfect. Fits in him no problem. And now we've got him loaded up again, this time with Frenzy, or Rumble if you will. And no, doesn't quite fit as well as Knok. Then we get to Skar, and I have Skar in there, but you can't really close that up with Skar in there. Not great. Not great. And then last but certainly not least, we have Wingthing in here, and again, I don't know, like Wingthing fits, but it's kind of tight, sort of tight. I think the best one to fit in Soundwave's chest is undoubtedly in my set anyway, knok. By the way, if you are curious, all four, at least in my copy of the set, do fit in Soundblaster's chest, but they're all pretty snug. Like, you get them in there, it's a bit of work to get them out, but they all fit there. I think they fit a little better on Soundblaster than they do on Soundwave. I have, however, heard of several reports where neither knok nor Skar will fit within the chest cavity of these guys. On my copy, they do, so that's all I can tell you. I looked, by the way, at Soundblaster and kind of a not so much custom work that I did with him, because I just got rid of the Decepticon logo and whatnot on his chest, but I looked at him a little while ago. I actually have revisioned Soundblaster to be an iteration of Logos Prime. Who knows? Maybe in the War for Cybertron trilogy? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe we'll see him again. Maybe. We'll see as time goes on. Now, before you get all up in arms and say, hey, this is the Generations version of Double Dealer, this isn't the new Earthrise one. You're right, it's not. And eventually, hopefully, we will take a look at the new Earthrise one. However, people have asked me, do you think that the cassette boys could work with the original Double Dealer? I don't know, maybe they plan to keep the original. And I was like, you know what, if there's 5mm ports and stuff, maybe. So I started kind of sizing things up on this guy. I think that these will fit. There's port here on the wing. I assume it could probably fit in there. We're gonna find out here now. You and I together are gonna find out if it can fit in this port right here. Okay, so you can put it back there, but I don't think it looks very good back there. But hey, look what you can do. You can put them in behind the shoulders. There are screw holes back there, and you can use the peg and it can go behind the shoulders. Here's the best part. By the way, I did the shoulder fix on my Double Dealer, so his shoulders work just fine. The arm can still go all the way around on that side with knock in, and on this side, I don't know, can it go all the way around? It does knock it out. Even with the fix, it does knock it out a little bit, but yeah, it can get all the way around. A little bit of work, but it can get all the way around, so you can use them with your original Generations Double Dealer if you're so inclined. Okay, so all four of these are the, like, the version that turns into an actual, like, humanoid-ish robot. We've seen the transformation before, so we're going to take 3 of them out of it, and we'll focus on just showing it here with one real quickly. We put the peg in, we bring the legs out and stand them up, and we maybe turn them this way, I think. Yeah, that way. We turn the guy around, we straighten out a hand, and we bring the arm down on the side, and we straighten out the other hand, and we bring the arm down on the side, and we straighten the guy up a little bit. But in the end, boom, here we have knok in his robot mode. In fact, here we have knok and Frenzy or Rumble, however you want to call it. The transformation, honestly, for this mold, as far as I'm concerned, like, it is what it is. It's effective for what it does. I'm going to say it's a 10. It's a great transformation. The articulation, well, we've seen that before as well. The head on this mold, whichever one, goes left and right. The shoulders can go all the way around and well out to the side. There's no elbow. That's a shame. The wrist can move in and out. The legs can go all the way out to the side, all the way forward, well, can they go all the way back? Yeah, all the way back. We have a swivel because of a ball joint at the knee. We have a 90-degree at the knee. It's great except for elbows. It's missing elbows. I mean, you know, something this small, would a waist be nice? I don't know. I mean, is it even realistic? But overall, I'm going to say that the articulation for this particular mold it's a solid 8 for what it is. And then we get to the, like, look of these guys. I feel like there's a great resemblance to knok. There's a lot here that's very much like him. I feel like the actual knok might have a little more red, arguably. I'm going to say, though, it's a solid 9 if you know knok for sure. Then we get to Frenzy, or Rumble if you will. Look, I like this guy, I really do, but I feel like there's too much black here. Like, I get it, they took the same black pieces mostly, and then they changed some of it to blue and kind of kept most of, like, they changed some of the red to blue and kept most of the black, not all of it. The torso is blue here. But I feel like the lower legs, the Lower arms should have been the same blue that the torso and head is. So again, you're gonna know it's the blue one, especially when you see both of these guys together. You're gonna know one is Rumble, one is Frenzy. There's no doubt in my mind. I also wish that the gold detailing on the Siege Blue Lad was silver, like the custom silver I done on the Titan's Return. I like the arm like color layout better on the Siege, but I like the arm articulation better on the Titan's Return. I mean, you know, it depends on what ones you kind of are gravitating toward. But undoubtedly, it's a neat little mold, or I think so anyway. So as far as knok goes, a final score for him is a 9. A final score for Rumble or Frenzy, I'm going to call him Rumble, but you might call him Frenzy, is more like an 8.25. If that black was just a little bit more blue, then he would again be up around a 9. So great start with this mold, but that's not the only mold we have in this set. As you are well aware, we also have the bat mold. Now they're not actually exactly the same thing, so I'm just going to take this one out of it because they do transform the exact same way. And we're going to start off with this guy again. We put the little handle down. We could turn him around and bring down the little feet, if you will. Fold out a bat wing, fold out a bat wing, and bring the head of the bat forward. And boom, there you go. Now you have Skar in his robot mode. Now I said that this bat is slightly different from the other bat. Or, well, bats, if you will. But now, before we kind of get into that difference, here are all three together, being Ratbat, being Skar in the middle, and down on the far end we have, of course, Wingthing. Now, honestly, the only Soundwave minion that I was ever tied to was Wingthing, because the only Soundwave I ever had as a kid was the Action Master lad, who came with, you guessed it, Wingthing. So I'm really actually very happy to add Wingthing here. In terms of transformation, this one is easy, but it has a bit of a janky, you know, cassette mode. So I'm going to say that the transformation here is, it works fine, you know, for what it is, but honestly, I'm going to say it's about a 7. It's not that great. The articulation, well, the wings on this mold can, and I can just even show it here, can move up and down, and we have the bend there. So, I mean, like, they're about as articulate as you need the wings to be. The little legs can, like, kick forward, and the head can move forward and back. Not the best of articulation. Again, I'm going to say, I mean, it's a bat. I'm not really sure how well you're going to be able to articulate a bat, especially this small. I'm going to say it's about a 6.5, maybe. It's not, they look great, but they're not the most functional things in the world. In terms of look, Skar is pretty darn close. As a matter of fact, Skar is pretty much perfect. Now, the purple is a bit of a more lavender here, and maybe there could have been another coat of the yellow, but you know what? The yellow's where it should be, the purple's where it should be. I'm going to say that Skar's a 10 in terms of his look. That's what kind of picks him up to make him an overall of about an 8. In terms of Wingthing, honestly, since he didn't really appear on the show, it's a little harder to grade him. He is black and orange. This is black and orange. The body is black like it should be. The wings are orange like they should be. His legs are orange like they should be. But his head is orange here. His head is supposed to be black. I don't know. I guess it's okay, but at the same time, it's not quite accurate. I have to objectively kind of mark it down a bit. I'll say it's an 8 because you're going to know that the orange bat is Wingthing, I think. So, overall, you have a score of about an 8 for Skar. I'm going to say a score of about a 7 for Wingthing. I said that there was something different about these guys. As you can see, the head sculpts are different. Certainly the face sculpt. Skar is definitely a little more vicious. And here are all of the cassette lads together, and here are all of the cassette lads with Soundwave and Soundblaster. But of course, that brings us back to the crux of this review, doesn't it? Here, yes indeed, we have the 4 lads who came in this box set, essentially. And I basically said, just to reiterate, that Rumble or Frenzy down at the far end, I'm calling them Rumble, was about an 8.25. Ratbat, or not Ratbat, Wingthing, there you go, Wingthing, you know what, he's about maybe a 7, 7.5. We have Skar, who's more like an 8. He's a bit better because his paint apps and coloration is really a bit more accurate. And then we have the star of the show at a 9, who is knok. So we had, you know, kind of a smattering all over the map there. At the end of the day, if we average them out, the whole set as a whole is somewhere around an 8, maybe a 7.9, 7.95 to an 8. It's a respectable set. However, don't have your expectations too high. The bat mold and even the robot mold, they are what they are. They came with the exact same strengths and weaknesses that Rat Bat came with. They come with the exact same strengths and weaknesses that the earlier Rumble came with. And here we are once again. So, okay, the bat is, like, that mold is, it's not the most functional thing in the world. I'm cool with it for Rat Bat. And I'm cool with it for Wingthing because as a kid, the only Soundwave I had was the Action Master, so the only minion really I had was Wingthing, so it really harkens back to my particular childhood, but of course that is purely subjective. Objectively, it's a fine bat, I guess. I sort of prefer the head for Skar a little bit better. I think knok is painted beautifully well, and the colors really do try to embody the engine-y-ish type of look. We're going to see him more with Doubledealer, proper Doubledealer, when I get him in hand. As of this recording, I don't have him in hand, unfortunately. And then, of course, that leaves us with the Rumble Frenzy. They call it Frenzy. I call it the blue guy Rumble. To each their own. You get the idea. I'm glad that they did that because so many people who went through Titan's Return, I went through Titan's Return, of course, so many people who did that really had to struggle to get both the red and black and the blue lad. And I was hoping it was going to be a little bit easier with Siege. Now, I don't think it really has, because a lot of people said the Laserbeak, like Rumble, was, or was it Rumble and Ravage? Might have been Rumble and Ravage. I can't remember who was paired with who. Was it Rat Bat and Rumble? I don't know. You know, the pair that had the red and black lad in it. I heard that that was hard to get. Whether it was, whether it wasn't, I don't really know. Nevertheless, I do feel like getting them in Siege may have been slightly easier than in Titan's Return. Could be wrong about that. Nevertheless, if you do one, I almost feel like you're obligated to do the other. I like these for what they are. Are they simple? Yes. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. Are they fun? Sure, and they fill the bill for what I need them to do. Let me know what you think about this little set. Were you in for some of them? You know I appreciate you coming by, give me some of your extremely valuable time, man. I do know how important it is to you. Hit the subscribe button, baby. Stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, don't forget that you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring. Or of course, you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. Don't forget, somehow, some way, man, each and every single day you do make a difference. And I look forward, baby, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit. Either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, baby, right here, inside the videos.